Hello everyone, and welcome to Porterhouse Fallout 4 Mod Reviews. I'm your host, Porterhouse, and that's no bull. Hey folks, before we get started here, I just wanted to say, if you hadn't seen it yet, I just released my first video in a new series of Let's Plays. This one is a World of Tanks match that I actually did pretty good on, so be sure to check it out after you're done watching this video. I have a triple play of sweet mods for you today, including a clothing mod, a pistol mod, and finally an awesome monster mod. Starting off, we have Karna Skimpy Piper Outfit CBBE by Karna 5. What the mod author has done here is take Piper's vanilla red trench coat, trim off a lot of the material. He then added some denim booty shorts with red sneaks, and finally added CBBE physics to the lot. The resulting outfit is skimpy and appealing. There are two versions, a standalone one that can be created at the chemistry workstation, or it can be used as a replacer. For this episode, I chose the standalone version, and after I created the armor, I took it to the armor workbench and added linings and weaves to give Piper some decent protection. This version of Piper's clothing does not have the gloves because the mod author wanted you to have a choice as to which gloves or fingernails or other accessories that you wanted to add. So my suggestion is the Gloves of the Commonwealth by Fading Signal, and the mod author suggests a mod called French Nails by Human Nature 66. Finally, the mod author also suggests that you install Dalla's Piper's Trenchcoat Retextures mod to make that outfit look that much sharper. As always, Karna does excellent work with his clothing modifications mods, and this one is no exception. We're going to put this outfit on Piper, and we're going to be taking her out in the field with us when we do the action clip, so you get to see it in use. Next up, we have a gorgeous pistol mod. This is the LeMat Revolver by the superb weapon modsmith Dmagnus. The author has reached back in time to the US Civil War and snatched a genuine piece of history. This pistol was designed in real life by a man by the name of Jean-Alexandre LeMat, and it was produced mainly in Europe, where it was then shipped to the Confederate forces. The unusual design of the pistol is what distinguishes it from other pistols of its era, with its 9-shot cylinder that rotates around a larger central smoothbore barrel. You could then choose which mode to fire it in by flipping a lever on the hammer. So essentially it was a pistol with a shotgun in it, and the shotgun portion is what earned it its nickname as the grape shot pistol. Now, there are several variants of this pistol, including cap and ball, which is, the old school. This is kind of during the era where they're starting to transition into center fire weapons. So you have cap and ball, center fire, there's a carbine sort of rifle version, and there's even a smaller version called the Baby LeMat. Now, Dmagnus has taken this piece of history and added it to Fallout 4 with a ton of options. There's 5 shotgun receivers, 4 pistol receivers, short, long, and extended barrels that are both rifled and unrifled for both the shotgun and the pistol types. There's regular sights, reflex sights, and 2 scopes that look like they belong in a firearm of that Civil War era. There are several ammo types, including regular 44, dragon fire, electrical, explosive, and mini ball. Now, despite the name, a mini ball is actually a conical bullet that has a hollow base and then grooves around the outside of the base that were designed to hold a lubricant. Now, for most of the episode, I will be using the dragon fire rounds because there is something compelling about shooting someone and setting them on fire at the same time. Now, there are 2 grips. One is the standard and the ebony, which improves the recoil and hip fire accuracy. And there's 3 trigger guards. One is just the standard, one is barbed for improved bash damage, and finally my favorite, which is the hooked, which improves accuracy and fire rate, but I also thought it made it look rather stylish. Now, I saved the grip decorations for last because I thought this was an extremely nice touch, and it demonstrates Dmagnus's flair for details. The fleur de lis is pretty much there to look good, But the Silver Skull, which is my favorite, adds a chance for an insta-kill. And finally, the Teardrop gems. Now there's different gem colors. Those all add luck. Now the mod author created custom sounds for the firing of the weapon, and I was really impressed. Matter of fact, I had to ask him just to make sure. And he did confirm that they were custom sounds, and they are so good they sound like somebody made an HD recording at a open area or open field gun range with them. There's also a custom muzzle flash and textures, and with the help from another creator, there are custom meshes as well. Now the LeMat Revolver will appear on the leveled list around level 20. Now what I love about this pistol the most is the texture. The pistol, in whatever form you choose, looks worn and used like a real-life service weapon that has seen regular use. And it's not just that. The author could have skipped out on some of the finer details that you probably, or I might not even noticed, and I have a fair knowledge of weapons. But instead he chose to include them, and you'll see this demonstrated by the presence of the join between the frame of the revolver and the grip, which is something you see on the real-life weapon. Now, Magnus has done a superb job, and I look forward to showing it to you in use in the field in the action clips that will be coming up soon. Finally, we come to the creature mod. Now, I can only imagine that this type of mod is probably one of the hardest types to create and have it look good and perform well. The mod author of this mod has managed to accomplish both of those goals. This is Nightstrikers by Shadowliger. The author has taken the ferocious Night Stalkers of Fallout New Vegas, put his own personal spin on them, and brought them into Fallout 4 as Nightstrikers. There are 5 variants of the Nightstrikers, which include Normal, Rabid, Albino, Glowing, and the terrible and ferocious Den Mother. Each variant has its own abilities and damage ratings that run from poison. Well, they all have poison. They also, various versions may also have acid or even radiation damage, depending on which kind you run into. Now, you may also run into a legendary version of any one of those variants, and then you're in for a real treat. Like vanilla legendary critters, when they hit below half their health, they mutate and regenerate their hit points. Now, the legendary Nightstrikers will also cloak. They will go invisible. I was playing with this mod with foggy weather on for kicks, and I ran into a legendary spawn that went invisible during the fight, and I believe I started just panic firing into half the countryside because I could hear it, but I could not see it. So finally I did find the critter, but only because it attacked Piper, and I just looked at what she was weapon bashing and then just fired into that blank spot and finally killed it. The Nightstrikers drop 4 new unique items, which is meat, blood, eggs, and the legendary ones will also drop a chewed stealth boy. The components can be taken to a cooking station or the chemistry bench and turned into a meal or a chemical extract. The Nightstriker Egg Omelet will grant you a small health regen for 2 hours, and the steak gives you a +2 to perception. The Nightstriker Squeezings, which is, by the way, a very disgusting name, gives you +5 to poison resist, +2 to perception, and a stealth field. Now, I just want to point out with the current version of the Nightstrikers, the critters may flee rather than attack, especially if your character is strong and powerful. This is an issue with the game engine and not the mod. Now, I was exchanging messages with Shadowliger, and he has informed me that this has been fixed. The Nightstrikers will now attack regardless and do their best to eat your kidneys. Now, it's not in the version I have, but it will be out in the next version, along with armor that will fit the Nightstrikers. So I bet you're already asking, why would we have armor for an already ferocious beast? That's because there is a companion creature with this mod as well that can be recruited. Now, to locate the companion, I will say no more beyond this hint. Look for a place where the earth is furrowed and the trees still burn. Finally, I will tell you that this mod does require the Far Harbor DLC and will not work without it. With that, it is now time to take the mods out for a test spin in the Commonwealth and see how well they perform. Afterwards, I will give you my thoughts on the mods and critiques, if any. Sit back, relax, and we will be back in a bit. Well, that was some of the funnest footage that I have ever captured, especially the fight with the bear. All the mods performed very well. The Karna Skimpy Piper Outfit kept my girl Piper safe and sound and looking hotter than a bonfire in July at the same time. The outfit mixes and mashes with a number of other mods, including the Pampas set by Ralph Fettis and the Easy Girl outfits by Human Nature 66. With the texture upgrade, it really does look fantastic. The LeMat Revolver whooped some serious booty, and I got to see some of those one-shot kills that the skull decoration can get you. Dmagnus really nailed the old-school feel and design of this excellent pistol. Now, I mentioned before that I love the textures, but I also want to add that I love the custom sounds and the smooth and natural-looking reload animation. In the future, the mod author plans to add the carbine version, glow sights, and a version with more classic looks. I cannot wait to see those additions, especially the carbine version. Finally, we looked at the Nightstrikers by Shadowliger. I had not realized that I had missed the Nightstalkers of New Vegas until I saw this mod. The author did a truly superb job of filling the ranks of the wild beasts that a wanderer in the Commonwealth may come across. The Nightstrikers look as scary as they sound, and when they attack in packs, they are terrifying. The cloaking ability of the legendary version was a terrific touch and made them tough to target and kill, especially at night. The companion version was an awesome and welcome addition as an animal follower, and the only nitpick I have is that it could use its conversation tree or orders tree filled out a little bit. I highly recommend that you download all 3 of these mods and try them out for yourself. If you like them as much as I do, please remember to endorse them and vote up your favorite for File of the Month. If you have enjoyed my video, please remember to hit that like button, drop me a comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. I'm your host, Porterhouse, and I will see you all at the next review.